Never, always, maybe, eh? Nay.
Hip hop, don't stop. 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 Hip hop, don't stop.
Yes, y'all. Happy Monday, and welcome to this week's episode of Hip Hop.
And it don't stop.
I am your host. Right. Let's get into it. Okay, it's almost time for us to get into today's topic where we will be talking about white people. What about white people? If you give me a minute, maybe it was a question. Listen, I ain't got time for listen. Just do what you're doing. I was just asking, you're talking about white people. What about white people? Anyway, we'll be getting into the topic soon, but first, we gonna show some love. We gonna show some love to the hip hop and it don't stop. Beauty of the week.
Hip hop and it don't stop. Beauty of the week. Hip hop and it don't stop. Beauty of the week. Hip hop and it don't stop. Beauty of the week. Hip hop and it don't stop. Beauty of the week.
Okay, that was the hip hop and it don't stop beauty of the week. Now, today's topic, white people. White people. Well, white people, your ancestors have left you in quite the pickle. Okay, first let's talk about the difference between white people, racist people, and prejudiced people. Prejudiced people are people who prejudge you based on whatever they choose to prejudge you on. Let's say a white person that works at Walmart wants to give you a hard time as a customer because you're a black customer. That white Walmart worker can only be prejudiced because they can't be racist because they don't have enough money to be racist. See, people like Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, these people have money and power so they can be racist. A racist has the ability to change a black person's life if that's what they choose to be racist towards. They can shift things around. So in order to be a racist, you have to have an abundance of wealth and power. If you work at Wendy's, you're working with a bunch of black people, Hispanic people, you can't be a racist. You can only be prejudiced. So you might as well stop it. You're like one of us. Believe it or not, all white people are not bad and all black people are not good. There are white people that actually and truly believe in judging a person by the content of their character. Just like all police aren't bad, but nobody's all good either. The problem is white people are resting on the laurels of what their ancestors provided for them. A lot of things were stolen, and you really got to look at it. It's not a good feeling, but everything is your fault. It just is, because you're the one in control of everything. It's not other races, it's white people. And like I said, all white people ain't bad, all white people ain't good. But it's majority white people when you think about things like the NFL, the NRA, the NBA, Big Pharma, Purdue, law enforcement, Universal Records, the record labels, the big guys up top. They have everything. They're in control, and it was set up to be that way a very long time ago. Somebody somewhere hundreds of years ago was really thinking, because they set it up to where their people would be in control now, and their people are. And a lot of people are fooled into thinking slavery is over when slavery has just evolved. Instead of it being black people enslaved, somebody thought on top of the idea of slavery and said, hey, why not make them think that they're free? And instead of just enslaving black people, let's enslave everybody. That's why we all have cell phones. When you think about things, something as simple as education, and you look at the schools that impoverished people are going to, and it's not just black kids, it's Hispanics, it's white kids too. When you look at these kids who go to these schools that either don't have air conditioning in the summertime, don't have heat in the wintertime, don't have books they can learn from, this is a problem. Because when you look at suburban schools where it's predominantly Caucasian, they have what they need, which leads to them being productive citizens in society. They become successful, they attain wealth, and they carry on legacies because they have a leg up on the poor. When you look at something like the Capitol riots, and a lot of people say, if black people did that, they would have got killed, they would have slaughtered them. Okay, that's true. But look at who rioted the Capitol. It was predominantly white people, and the people in the Capitol in Washington and in this country know that if they would have killed those people would have come back. They would have shot and killed people back. What would happen if they would have slaughtered black people? We would have marched. We would have complained. But see, they knew better than to do that to that group that stormed the Capitol because they knew there would have been consequences. That's the difference. It had nothing to do with anything racial. You see, we have opportunities as black people that we don't take advantage of. We don't have the greatest opportunities that affluent white people have, but the opportunities that we have, we just squander. We have information now. Crime shouldn't be this high in impoverished neighborhoods. We have to take responsibilities for our actions. We have a better chance now. When I say we, I'm talking about the youth who are half my age. You have opportunities that I didn't have at a young age. You have information at your fingertips that you can use to better your life. We can't just blame white people for our present situation. We have to take some responsibility too. Yeah, we were done wrong. But if you really check history, a lot of people had it rough. Why are we the race that had it rough and we're just killing each other? I want y'all to know that when you see white people, as a black man, when you see white people, don't look at a white person as your enemy. Believe it or not, whether you want to accept it or learn about it or study your history enough to know white people died for our freedom. There were white people that wanted to be on the right side of history, and they sacrificed their very existence so that we would have a chance. So we got to understand and know who the enemy is, because we're distracted by thinking it's just white people. Not when it's a black kid, 17 years old, killing a 15-year-old kid. Not when you have options. The blame can't just be put on white people. Some of it can be, but we have to be responsible for our part. I also want to do a favor for white people right now. I want you to know, for white people that do want to help, I want you to follow some guidelines when it comes to black people. I want you to know that it's rude if you bring up in a conversation, normal conversation, any kind of way, if you bring up my skin color. I don't like it. if you bring up the texture of my hair, anything like that, I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. And I'm sure black people feel like that in general. Why does something have to come up about my skin color if I'm sitting there? Wow, this is the first black person to ever... That's rude. And calling black people colored? No, that needs to stop today. I'm not colored. I have nobody colored on me. I'm brown. I'm brown skin. Nobody colored on me. I'm not colored. I haven't been colored. That's disrespectful and rude. And as far as the N-word, we know that's just totally out. That's out. Even for whether you know it or not, even it has a ring to it, the N-word. It has a ring to it. When a female usually, like for me, when a female says that to me, a black female says that to me, it's usually when she's upset. Because a female calling me the N-word is like me calling her the B-word. It's just not cool. It's not okay. So black males, the N-word is just like how you describe a male, a man. That's like if you say, the white nigga from the Spanish, the Spanish nigga or the black nigga. I think to us it just means man. It doesn't mean a black person to us. I think we really need to identify who our enemies are, because it's time for that, and who our allies are. Because we can't just automatically say, boom, white people are our enemies. I think that's a distraction. We need to get focused, black people. We need to make these changes because we're dying at a rapid rate, and white people are helping us. Like, they're assisting us in surviving. But it's hard to trust because of the past, because of history. But we need to judge on the content of character too. We need to give people a chance, and white people need to give black people a chance. Because like I said, it's white people that's just amongst us. They one of us. They got problems with the bills, mortgage, problems with their kids. They're struggling. They have their family problems. They got problems at work. And, we just people just trying to make it. And we need to look out for each other. We need to be a little bit more open when it comes to white people. We ain't gotta be all, we know we black people, but wear your skin. Don't let your skin wear you. Keep an open mind. It might be somebody coming to help, but you blinded because you're just looking at you're being prejudiced. You gotta keep an open mind. Check for the content of the character. That's what we need to do. And also, it's like one hand washed the other. We all coincide with each other. We all, whether you want to ignore it, we brothers and sisters besides skin color. Because when I was young, I used to look at the news, right? And I looked at these shows and I saw how white people act. And I correlated what you would call being reserved with whiteness. Like the news used to be, the anchor used to be like, well, and it's going to be, and there's something happening, and even the way white people dance, just elegant ball, and for that way, now I see white people like using profanity. They laughing, they dancing, they doing, they move. The body movement is crazy. It's just like, yeah, white people freed us, but we freed you too. In a way, because you don't have to be all reserved. You can be free flowing. They even cursing on TV now. Just speaking, just saying what's on their mind. Black people have always been like that. When I was young, I didn't see white people like that. White people weren't really allowed to be a certain way. Now I see like white kids and white people, everybody is acting similar to what I recognize and remember as black behavior. So just look at it. We freed each other. We need to get closer. We need to get more involved with each other and get to the root of these problems. So this is the thing. Know the difference between a white person, a prejudiced person, and a racist. Because they're not the same. I think I can end it right there. That's this episode of Hip Hop and It Don't Stop. And now, the name tag. Y'all know what a name tag is. Never always maybe, Thoughts and guidance. And today's name tag is I love me some me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I love being something that, like, from what I see. Just me, my point of view. Like, people that want to be like me, dress like me, walk like me, talk like me, be where I be, like, live where I live. Like, it's just like, it's so many other styles and cultures and languages and ways of dressing and all. And it's just like, you know, it's just like that me, waking up, getting to be me, you know? And there's so many people that want to be this. And it looks like a lot of people like hate me, that's not like me. But what I know is that's envy because you'll never be me. Like, how would that feel just knowing you're imitating this other way of doing things, but you'll never be that genuinely? But he gets to be that. I get to be that. Man, I love me some me. And you should love you some you. But for right now, I'm going to just continue to love me some me. I love me some me. And that's today's name tag. Okay, that's this episode of Hip Hop and It Don't Stop, white people. Tune in next where we'll be talking about independent versus major deal and what to expect from either. And remember, this is why we do what we do. And when we do what we do it for hip hop.
And it don't stop.
Peace.
If Black Lives Matter, we wouldn't have to say Black Lives Matter. They elevate us while blacks climb ladders. It's deep in my soul. As a youth, I was told to take the bump in your road. Theirs was paved with gold. Why black people so weak? Where the fuck is our heart? I swear, if they kill another unarmed black man, we gon' march. That worked back in the days, and I respect it, I do. But sometimes I wanna storm the Capitol too. But I'm black, I know better. Another race is no better, but they got they shit together, we don't. If that was black people, we would've got killed, damn right. Cause they kill for their people, we won't. Unless we kill each other, but I still call you my brother. Cause sadness for your black mother. Leave her kids minus her significant other. They would've shot them rioters, they would've shot back. You ain't like that, you got trying to live my life away from the edge. I can't believe a word that they said. Yeah, trying not to fall over the edge. Trying not to fall over the edge. Don't fall for it. Trying to live my life away from the edge. I can't believe a word that they said. Yeah, trying not to fall over the edge. Trying not to fall over the edge. Don't fall for it. Should I wear high heels to my next meeting or no? Is marijuana not bad now since it's legal to smoke? Being black and from the ghetto done went pop. Everybody claiming they niggas till they standing in front of a cop. Donald Trump thought he profit after he let the corona in. He won the election, gangsta Biden stole it from him. He cried for weeks, that's how black people feel. But people get robbed every day, B, just keeping it real. Is this still land of the free and the home of the brave? Or the land of the free and the whole new type of slave? Never thought I'd be addicted to a drug till I bought my phone. Now whenever I'm without it, I feel all alone. I'm such a dummy. iPhone, I am my phone. Android, I'm the human, my phone is the robot. Very funny. It was alright in my face, but I didn't pay attention. What did that cost me? Trying to live my life away from the edge. I can't believe a word that they said. Yeah, trying not to fall over the edge. Trying not to fall over the edge. Don't fall for it. Trying to live my life away from the edge. I can't believe a word that they said. Yeah, trying not to fall over the edge. Trying not to fall over the edge. Don't fall for it. Don't push me. Said what I said, you won't shush me. I'm not convinced, gave him a centimeter. He took an inch, screaming don't squeeze while in the pinch. Don't you fucking flinch, you were so certain. Until the closed curtain, body on the ground, spirit floating to the clouds. Ow, soul searching. Met the fork in the road and got stabbed with it. Crossed me, forced me to lift my hand, but I ain't mad at it. That's the game and it come with it. I had fun with it, but I'm done with it. Youngins do it now, I done did it. From the dark to the light. Blind, now I have sight. The first black president won't be half white. Am I mixed up? My bad, I switch up. I'm just reading the room, but I must be dyslexic. Is the sun really the moon? Is a woman really a man? Should a child be tried as an adult? What's don'ts? I understand. Trying to live my life away from the edge. I can't believe a word that they said. Yeah, trying not to fall over the edge. Trying not to fall over the edge. Don't fall for it. Trying to live my life away from the edge. I can't believe a word that they say. Yeah, trying not to fall over the edge. Trying not to fall over the edge. Don't fall for it.
What is the edge? The edge is the final step just before falling into an abyss of the lies, deceit, misdirection, distractions, and misconceptions. We're all being led to the edge, though there are few brave that stand in resistance. We will not be forced to the edge. The decision is yours. Choose to stand or fall.
Don't fall for it.